Hello, Asten here from the ADHD Survival Guide. I am donning a new onesie today. My flat is still colder than it actually is outside, and so looking like I'm from the set of Sound of Music is becoming the norm around here. So what I was going to talk about... magpie. That's ironic, an ADHD-er getting distracted by a magpie. Today I was going to talk about how if I mention to someone that I have ADHD, it seems the go-to response tends to be, oh, ADHD doesn't exist. It's kind of like telling someone you're pregnant and then they feel your belly and then they say, there's not a baby in there. Creepy. If you say that sort of stuff, I probably won't listen. Not because I don't agree with you, but because I'm probably literally not listening. There might be a crack in the window behind you and I need to know how I got there. But what always snaps me back is when people really want to push their point. They mention the father of ADHD, who apparently said on his deathbed, ADHD is a fictitious disease. What always gets me about this is, one, why do people always know about this guy, like, on demand? And two, they always keep in the deathbed bit. Morbid. I don't know, did they think that he's kind of like, oh, BTW, the ADHD thing was just for the lols? I don't know if this deathbed fact is true or not, because, I couldn't be bothered to look it up. Now, I do expect this kind of chat from older generations. I don't know, they say things like, well, in my day, being gay was a mental illness. Or high-up authors or Booker Prize winners who won't be named say the well-researched comments such as, trans doesn't exist. No, what I find weird is when fellow millennials say it. Millennials. Oh god, that word is so hard to say and I'm going to say it at least 5 more times in this video. Of course, I'm only referring to the Western world here. Millennials, or Generation Y, are frequently being described negatively by previous generations. They're being labelled as lazy, self-absorbed, and narcissistic with no self-discipline. Welcome to the club! ADHDers have been told they're lazy with no self-discipline all their lives. This type of labelling is dangerous when actions of ADHDers is caused by differences in brain chemistry. And so to have pressure put on you for something that you can't help can commonly cause massive anxiety, can show why there's such mental ill health within the ADHD community. Sound familiar? Millennials have a lot of pressure put upon them with the baby boomer mentality, which is good education / university degree equals well-paid full-time job. Once that's done, you're expected to get a partner, a house, a car, a baby. Otherwise, you're not a real person. Of course, deep down, everyone knows that this mad world that they're presenting doesn't exist. Yet still, millennials hate themselves for not achieving this whacked out idea of reality. It's like in the Hunger Games when they hijack Peeta to kill Katniss in her own house. The shame millennials carry within is enough to keep themselves in check and not to question. And what's even better is they get all fighty over the small resources there are, so they shame each other. And so the cycle continues. These anxiety-ridden millennials get told off for surviving by hopping from job to job. They always end up asking the same question, what the hell am I doing? This is where the ADHDers come in. We have been asking ourselves this forever. Albeit it is due to a slightly different reason in the fact that we can't command focus enough to know what we are actually doing from moment to moment. But we are well versed in the shame this entails. So we are living, breathing coping strategies. Millennials and ADHDers should be allies. We have made a life out of job hopping, being jacks of all trades, being able to switch attention between different forms of technology, and using the fact that we're good at learning new skills very quickly. All the time being told we're wrong and not a real person. Everything a millennial is now having to deal with. So don't shame an ADHD when they tell you about it. Learn from them. Also, side note, ADHDers would be extremely good to have on your team in the apocalypse. Let's just say, fighting zombies alongside someone with no impulse control, copious amounts of energy, and an endless supply of optimism bodes quite well for your survival. Just saying. Good luck, ADHDers.